I'm Rebecca Oliver Kaplan. I'm with Comics Beat. We are sponsored this year by Mad Cave and Global Comics, and we're here today with Casper Kelly. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Rebecca. It's great to be here. I'm Casper Kelly. I'm doing some upcoming shorts for Star Trek to honor the 50-year anniversary of Star Trek the Animated Series.
Yeah. Actually, can you tell me a little bit more about that? It's been a few years since we've actually had some shorts.
Yes, we're doing 5 shorts. It's about 3 minutes each. We're representing a bunch of the Star Trek shows from the franchise, but they'll be drawn in the original animation style. I said, are there any rules or anything I should be aware of? And they're like, no, go crazy, push it. So I'm pushing it as far as I can and having a great time doing it and getting to work with some of my heroes.
Okay, well, that's kind of interesting because the original animated series actually had a lot of limitations when it came to animation. There's a lot of budget issues, and that's kind of where we got that repeating poses that it was so known for and often made fun of, but I love. So how are you kind of approaching that?
Oh, that's a great question. I think really we're honoring that and using that as a feature, not a bug. Because I think that style, I like that style too, and I think the sort of seriousness of how the characters look will be funny if they're in a very ridiculous situation. So we're honoring, so when I say push it, I mean more in terms of ideas and stories than in the animation style. We're going to try to stay true to it.
So we can expect some more like Harlan Ellison type sci-fi kind of pushing is what you're kind of implying?
It's hard to say because I don't know my own style. You'll tell me, but I'm just trying to do stuff. But unrelated.
Yes.
I wrote Harlan Ellison a fan letter.
Yeah.
And I asked for his autograph. Forgive me. Can I say that? All right.
Yeah.
Yes. So I asked for his autograph and asked him a few questions. He wrote me back and said, I don't want to answer your stupid questions. I don't have time for fans who waste my time with stupid questions. Sincerely, Harlan Ellison, and it was all typed, and he didn't sign it. And I love that. I love that. It was so cool to me. Like, he was an asshole to me. Like, I got that experience. I don't know if I can say that. I'm sorry. But anyway, yes. So anyway, Harlan Ellison, yes, big fan.
I'm glad you're still a big fan. So what kind of so how are you going to push the themes and the stories with your animation then? Like, what do you want to explore?
Well, they're written and they're kind of making me play it a little close to the chest. So, okay. But I did write it with Claire Friedman and Aaron Walke. Aaron Walke wrote on you know that name, or yeah. So yes, so that's been fun, and also since I'm using characters from other shows, the showrunners kind of had to buy off on it, which was very nerve-wracking. Like, are Mike McMahon and Akiva going to like what I'm doing? But it was great to meet them, and they're on board. But that was very nerve-wracking. I was like, uh-oh, because it's some of their characters too, but yes.
Yeah, Star Trek Prodigy, I think, is one of, hopefully we get more, but I think it's one of the best of the new Treks.
Yes, it's great.
And then what is your personal history with Star Trek, the animated series, or those old animated scientists?
Yes. Well, I told this story once, and Ross wants me to tell it again. But I'm dating myself, but I was alive I was very young when the original series, animated series came out, and I didn't even know how to write yet. But it blew my mind, and then it went away. And I went to this carnival with a fortune teller. It was like at a church. And I asked the fortune teller, when is Star Trek the Animated Series going to air again? And she goes, I don't know. And I go, come on, you're a fortune teller. You have to tell me. So she it was like a high school student in a fortune. She said, like, Wednesdays at 7. And I go, okay, great. So I was all excited and told my mom, it's coming back, Wednesdays at 7. And then she had to come talk to my mom and say, I didn't know what to say, but it's not. So they had to explain to me that there are no fortune tellers and Star Trek wasn't coming back. But yes, anyway. But now it is back, and now it's on Blu-ray.
You are your own fortune teller.
Yes, I'm my own fortune teller. I'm manifesting.
You are, years ago, yeah. You know, it's interesting to think about it back then because you had like the devil and stuff. I almost think you couldn't get into children's shows now.
Yeah, they didn't. The '70s did not understand children programming fully, but in a way, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like you're exposed to a lot of things you probably shouldn't have been,
Yeah.
and it warped us all.
Do you have a favorite episode of the series? If you want, you can use the cool little cards.
Okay, I googled. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna have my reasons, but I googled them ranked, and I think this one was the second to last, possibly deservedly. But I loved it. Is the Practical Joker? It is kind of ridiculous, but two things: it is the first appearance of a holodeck in any Star Trek, and also the whole idea of the computer malfunctioning was exciting and terrifying to me. And it was before I'd seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. So yes, it kind of was a children's version of that. So I love that. It just excited my imagination. How about you?
I love Yesteryear because
Oh yes, a lot of people say that.
you get so much Spock, but that's actually not my favorite one. I love the Lorelei signal because it's a woman-dominated planet, you know, where they get their energy from the men to keep themselves young. And it's just great science fiction. And I think it also just kind of showcases the amazingness of the colors of the original animated series, which is something else I think people make fun of a lot, but are great.
Yeah, it's kind of a dreamy color palette. The whole show feels like a dream. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Is that something you're going to continue to kind of channel? I mean,
Yes, we do want it to look faithful to the original series. Yes, and we're figuring that out right now.
I guess on that front, are there challenges to kind of recreating that feeling with like modern technology?
Yeah, there is. But there are just ways to do it. And and the company I'm using is Awesome Incorporated out of Atlanta, and they did the G.I. Joe sections in Too Many Cooks. I don't know if you saw those that look kind of 80s. And like here's a little tiny detail is when I was making something, I said it still feels new and digital, and I figured out that there's a thing called gate weave, like in animated series, because it was on film, where the sprockets and the film don't quite fit, so the image just floats around just a tiny bit. And obviously digital wouldn't do that. So you add a little tiny bit of floating around, you know, and a little blur. There's all kinds of little off register. There's all kinds of little tricks, yes.
To kind of make it look like that.
Yes. I love that look.
Yeah, and then I know today, or at your panel, they also announced that you're doing the IDW comic.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. It's 24 pages. I think it's going to be available digitally for free. Is that right? Okay, yes. So and then we're excited about that, and that's just a dream for me to be able to write a comic book. And I really went for broke in it. I put in I started cramming in everything Star Trek I've ever wanted to do. So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, so expect a lot of Easter eggs for
Yes.
Okay, for hardcore Trekkies. Is this your first comic book?
Yes.
Okay. Was that a challenge for you to switch?
It was. You know, it was. I didn't think it would. I mean, I came up a cartoonist, and I've done cartoons, but it is. I was excited, and I love the medium of comics. It's very different, but it was hard. But I think I did it.
Was there anything exciting that you could do that you can't do as in animation?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, there's so much I want. I want to have this conversation after it comes out, but I work hard. I do, what am I trying to say? I do so much that you could only do in comics, in this comic, because I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So there's a lot. Yes.
And then I also wanted to ask, because the other short treks had such amazing music, and I wanted to ask about the score for the upcoming shorts.
Oh, okay. I think we are doing an original song, which I don't know if we're allowed to say, but we're doing an original song, and we're figuring out the rest of it. It's still early stages where we're still recording voices and doing animatics, so we haven't come to that period yet. But yeah, I agree. Music is such a big component of Star Trek. Yeah, you want to do it right.
And then you did announce some of the voice actors, like Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes, yes.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones and Armin Shimmerman.
And that's super exciting.
Yes, it was a thrill to work with them all, and I was very nervous because these shorts can be a little crazy, but they were on board and wonderful, and yeah, I was real Star Trek, yes.
Hey, is there anything else you want to add?
I still can't believe I'm working on Star Trek. It's like even when we're doing the animatics, the editor put the Star Trek logo where this ship flies and it says Star Trek, and I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. So I feel very great, and I hope you like them. I'm going to text you when they come out and see what you think.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do live, logs, and prosper. It's harder to do, I think, live, logs, and prosper.
Oh.
Prodigy one.
Are you doing? Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I can do it. We're doing the
right.
Prodigy one. The live, logs, and prosper.
Thanks so much, guys, for checking out our latest video. And also, huge thank you to our sponsors of San Diego Comic-Con 2023, Mad Cave and Global Comics.